Does your furry friend take over your bed every night? It's time to reclaim your space while giving them the comfort they deserve with the coldest, cozy dog bed. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description to buy now on Amazon.
A 60-year-old German man has likely been cured of HIV, in a medical milestone only achieved by 6 other people, doctors have announced. The man is believed to have undergone a stem cell transplant, once known as a bone marrow transplant, after he developed leukemia, a type of blood cancer. Primarily a cancer treatment, stem cell transplants are risky, but the man, who remains anonymous, is now clear of both diseases. His doctors dubbed him the next Berlin patient, the first being Timothy Ray Brown, who was declared cured of HIV back in 2008 after the same procedure. Brown died from cancer in 2020. This new case was announced ahead of the 25th International AIDS Conference being held in the German city of Munich next week. He was first diagnosed with HIV in 2009, according to the research abstract being presented at the conference. HIV damages the cells in the immune system and weakens the body's ability to fight everyday infections and disease. The virus is spread through the bodily fluids, such as semen, vaginal and anal fluids, blood and breast milk, of an infected person. However, it cannot be spread through sweat, saliva, or urine. It is most commonly transmitted through having condomless anal or vaginal sex. Tests are the only way to detect HIV. They are available from GPs, sexual health clinics, some charities, and online, and involve taking a sample of saliva or blood. A preventative HIV medication, pre-exposure prophylaxis, PrEP, can also be prescribed to over 16s. It slashes the risk of contracting HIV, if it is taken correctly. Those who take post-exposure prophylaxis, PEP, an anti-HIV medicine, within 72 hours of exposure may avoid becoming infected at all. For those who are infected, no cure is available for HIV. But antiretroviral therapy, ART, which stops the virus replicating in the body, allowing the immune system to repair itself, enable most to live a healthy life. The man received a bone marrow transplant for his leukemia in 2015. The procedure, which has a 10% risk of death, essentially replaces a person's immune system. Then he stopped taking antiretroviral drugs, which reduced the amount of HIV in the blood, in late 2018. Nearly 6 years later, he appears to be both HIV and cancer-free, the medical researchers said. Christian Gabler, a doctor researcher at Berlin's Charité University Hospital treating the patient, said the team cannot be absolutely certain every last trace of HIV has been eradicated. But the patient's case is highly suggestive of an HIV cure, Gabler added. He feels well and is enthusiastic about contributing to our research efforts. It's estimated that there are 105,200 people living with HIV in the UK, according to National AIDS Trust. But only 94% of these people are diagnosed. This means that around 1 in 16 people living with HIV in the UK do not know that they have the virus. International AIDS Society President Sharon Lewin said researchers hesitate to use the word cure because it is not clear how long they need to follow up such cases. But more than 5 years in remission means the man would be close to being considered cured, she told a press conference. There is an important difference between the man's case and the other HIV patients who have reached long-term remission, she said. All but one of the other patients received stem cells from donors with a rare mutation in which part of their CCR5 gene was missing, blocking HIV from entering their body's cells. Those donors had inherited 2 copies of the mutated CCR5 gene, one from each parent, making them essentially immune to HIV, Lewin said. But the new Berlin patient is the first to have received stem cells from a donor who had inherited only 1 copy of the mutated gene. Around 15% of people from European origin have 1 mutated copy, compared to 1% for both. Researchers hope the latest success means there will be a much larger potential donor pool in the future. The new case is also promising for the wider search for an HIV cure that works for all patients, Lewin said. This is because it suggests that you don't actually have to get rid of every single piece of CCR5 for gene therapy to work, she added. The Geneva patient, whose case was announced at last year's AIDS conference, is the other exception among the 7. He received